Well, one of the biggest football matchups of the week will be played tonight over at Wayne Jamison Field. Nick Farrell live now with a preview of the Bridgeport and Fairmont Sr game. Nick.
Hey, Don, it's a rare Week 4 matchup between these two teams. Normally, Bridgeport gets Fairmont Sr. late in the season and then again in the postseason. And as fans are already starting to roll in here at Wayne Jamison Field, I can pretty much guarantee everybody in the building remembers how the last meeting in this series went down. 10 months ago, these two teams met here in the state semifinals. The ending to that game was one for the ages. Fairmont Sr. topped Bridgeport 22-21 in 2 overtimes, winning on a somewhat controversial walk-off 2-point conversion. That outcome sent the Polar Bears to the state championship game, ending a 38-game unbeaten streak for Bridgeport. It also marked West Side's first win in the series in more than a decade. And even though coaches from both teams say they've put that dramatic matchup behind them, you better believe the newest installment in this rivalry means a lot to the players and the communities that support them. So both teams are 3-0 to start the season, each in the top 5 in AA. You have to go back to 2013 to find the last time Bridgeport lost a home regular season game. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from both head coaches about how they prepare for what's bound to be a fantastic matchup. For now, let's send it back to Gretchen and Don for more news headlines.
All right, Wayne Jamison Field, the site of a very big high school football game tonight. So let's go now to Nick Farrell, who has a preview of the Bridgeport and Fairmont Sr. game. Nick.
Well, Don, I've moved in front of the bandstand here at Bridgeport, where the marching band will fill the seats in just a little bit. You may be able to hear them out in the distance. Yeah, Bridgeport has a really good football team, but the band makes this an incredibly difficult atmosphere in which to play. Fairmont Senior head coach Nick Bardick understands that, and so what did he do this week in practice? He blared the Seminole war chant to get his players mentally prepared to play while that omnipresent noise blares throughout Wayne Jamison Field. He says he's going to have to rely heavily on the players that played in last year's state semifinal game because they know what it takes to come to Wayne Jamison Field and steal a victory.
They know what the scenario is going to be, how intense it's going to be, and how hard they play. You know, that's their signature, is that they play hard every down, and you know, it's going to be the tale of tape is matching intensity and who can capitalize on mistakes.
So while the Polar Bears must capitalize on mistakes, they have to limit their own, too. Last week, they committed 12 penalties for 121 yards. Bardick says they can't lose their composure tonight. And that's something John Cole, the head coach of the Indians, has also stressed. We'll hear from him coming up in just a bit. For now, let's send it back to the studio. Thank you, Natalie. The excitement is growing here at Wayne Jamison Field as we inch closer to kickoff. But there's also a little bit of nervousness in the air. I talked to Bridgeport head coach John Cole earlier. He says he might not be in a good mood tonight because of how hard Fairmont Senior's offense will be to stop. Now, Fairmont and Wheeling Park have some similarities in the way they approach their attacks. And Cole's Indians beat the pass-heavy Patriots here in Week 2. But Cole says the Polar Bears might have even more weapons than the Patriots did. So tonight, he's stressing to all his players they need to do the little things right and win the mental battles against a quality opponent like West Side.
There's going to be positives and negatives. You're going to give up plays. They're going to make you look bad at times. And if you dwell on that, if you let all the momentum and everything take over your thoughts, then you're not going to be able to execute. We have to worry about us. We have to do what our jobs, what we have to do well, and that's sort of what we try and get across to the kids.
Now, Cole added that this game will be won in the trenches. If Bridgeport can contain WVU commit Dante Stills and sophomore Zach Frazier up front, Cole says he'll feel a lot better about his Indians' chances. It's a rematch of the state semifinals a year ago. Fairmont Sr. upset Bridgeport and ended its 38-game unbeaten streak. Will the Indians get revenge tonight? You'll have to check back in with us for the Honda Sports Zone coming up tonight at 11:10. We'll have highlights from this game, Notre Dame homecoming at Hite Field, and many, many more contests from around the area. See you tonight, live in Bridgeport. 412 Sports, I'm Nick Farrell. We'll be right back with a final look at the Friday night football forecast in a moment.